granted. Oh, started off a war, poison waterfalls, spreading fires. You will lose, or lose. Day by day, watch you throw it all away, drowning in your own mistakes, getting hard to breathe. Oh. Same old mistakes, we've done it all before, but you just couldn't bear to say it. It's almost too late, we're caught up in crossfire. Oh, each day gets harder to breathe. Day by day, watch you throw it all
Hello and welcome everyone to Aegis Esports' first Legends of Runeterra season. I guess you would call it a team league. We usually just call it the RA LOR league, but for team league, I am Headmaster Red, joined with my special guest host, Aikato. How's it going, Aikato?
Yo, it's going pretty good, Red. Excited for the new tournament. I guess it's season 2, but also season 1. How are
Oh,
we branding this?
it's easy. So with the rebrand, we can put AM and EMEA as Aegis Esports Season 1. How about that? Look at that. See what we did
Okay.
there?
Okay. Easy
So we
clap.
didn't have to do season 2 and season 1, right? So it's just season 1. Right?
Okay, okay. So
Oh,
last
oh.
season was kind of like a season 0, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Whatever works,
Yeah,
I guess.
whatever works. Just ignore all the history. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We could forget it, especially what happened in playoffs. Who needs it? We don't need to remember that.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember it pretty clearly, and all the circumstances that led up to it, and how it affected your team personally.
Yeah,
But if you want to forget it, that's fine.
uh
I get it. I get
I
that.
just don't think I don't think it's necessary to remember it, We have all these
Okay.
fresh new faces, great new teams, and I think it's more exciting to, talk about those and focus on them, instead of what may or may not have happened last season.
Right. I'll also say that yeah, I guess you can call last season like our beta season, right? Because we finally got our second region, so like we finally hit our regions, right? It's similar to lore, right? So now we could call this season 1. We're out of beta officially, quote unquote.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you see how
Paul,
that works?
that
Even
was
if
pretty good.
even if now we're out of beta. So
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, excited to finally be out of beta.
Right, exactly. All right, so here's how this works. I'll give it a quick rundown for those who are not familiar. This is the AM group draw show. Tomorrow we will be doing the EMEA group draw show. Kind of wish we could have done it at the same time, but fortunately things happened. So AM first, EMEA tomorrow. And the way it'll work is we'll have this giant wheel full of 32 teams, and then we'll spin the wheel and it'll land on one. And that team will go into the first slot picked before. So for the first team, it'll go into the first slot of Group 1. The second team, it'll go in the first slot of Group 2, etc., etc. All the way until we fill all 4 groups with 8 teams. And throughout it, we'll have me and Aikato talking about the teams individually after they've been picked. Holy hell, thank you, Jason Florent, uh, for the raid. And eventually we'll have 4 groups of, I'll just say they're going to be 4 groups of death. But there'll be one more that's a little more deathy than the other ones. What do you think, Aikato?
Absolutely. There's a lot of really good teams, of course. If there ended up being a weak group, be kind of surprised. But yeah. Format. How many people are getting out of each group in the playoffs?
Same as last season, season 0. Top 4 in each group will make it out of playoffs into a 16 team bracket, which the format will change into a King of the Hill, last man standing type format, which was very popular last season. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that again. And yeah, best of 5s, it'll be pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
yep. Cool. Any other questions before we start spinning this giant wheel?
I don't think so. I think we went over everything. How long's the season?
Season 7 weeks. Playoffs is
7
4 weeks.
weeks.
So it's a
Double round
total of 11
robin.
weeks. Yep. Double round
Cool.
robin. And they're all best of 3s. So
Is there anything else we can milk it before we start spinning?
yeah. Playoffs. Last season what we did is the top 8 were ordered 1 through 8, and then they picked a team from the bottom 8 to play against.
Huh?
Instead of being ordered by game score this time, they're going to be ordered in a weighted lottery. So the top seed in each group will be entered into a weighted lottery, and then second team in each group will enter a weighted lottery, and that'll determine the order of the top 8 seeds, and then they'll get to pick their opponents. So
Right.
that'll be pretty
Okay.
fun.
So if somebody had a super easy group somehow and ended up doing incredibly well, they have a weighted shot in the lottery to get first pick.
Right. They have a better shot of getting first pick, but they aren't guaranteed like it was before. Because we can't really control the strength of each group. So giving them a better shot but not guaranteed seems like the best option. So on that note, let's spin this wheel, man. Let's
All
spin
right.
this wheel.
I'm ready
30
for it.
32 stacked teams. They're all going to go undefeated this season. So which one's the first one going into Group 1? Anytime. Okay. First team is Team Space Poggers grabbing that first slot in Group 1. Tell us a little bit about Team. The former, chip refugee, but now on Team Space Poggers, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun. You want to spin again? PVS. I still think there's no sound on that screen.
Yeah,
No, everybody was saying sound still.
yeah, chat. It looks like chat is saying that they could not hear us.
Well, they can hear us now, but on the team page screen.
Okay, let's
I'm
go to the
telling
team
you,
page.
let's
Okay,
go to
let's
the
go
team
to the
page
team page.
screen. Bye, guys.
So Wombats, huh?
Right.
Worldwide
Waiting on
Wombats?
PVS. Yep. Group 2, first team, Worldwide Wombats. Having a little bit of production issues right now. Hold on while he figures it out.
I miss the old RA. Okay. Worldwide Wombats chat. If you can hear me, like, I don't know, spam wiggle wobble in the chat. We want to make sure you can hear on this
Oh, yeah.
page. Hello,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, yeah.
go.
They can
Yo,
hear us.
Worldwide Wombats? Monte Cristo, Pat, Yang, Zara, and Cheezer, dude. I don't know if this is the full one back, but this is a pretty solid team. I think that all of the Wombat teams are pretty solid, honestly.
Right, and this is a run back from Wombats 1 last season, who was second or third in Group 3 last season, right? So, a team that has made playoffs before, has that experience, has the stud, Monte Cristo on it. So, I'm excited to see how this shakes out. Obviously, it's too early to say anything, but a team that you kind of want to dodge, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think all the Wombat teams, a lot of the tier lists that have come out already are putting Wombats pretty high. So, the fewer Wombats you see in your group, the better. Um, I kind of want to see
Right.
all the Wombats in the same group. Can we rig that? That'd be great.
No, they have to be in different groups. That's how it works.
No.
They have to be in different groups. That's how we set it up. Same with Icy Gaming, same with TA. Anybody from the same org will be in different groups. But also, technically, they still never heard anything about Team Space Poggers. And you know what? I think that's kind of fitting.
Oh, yeah?
Because
Is that
everyone
fitting?
left Team Space Poggers off their tier lists because they were the all-white logo. And so, them not getting any info during the group trial show, I think, it kind of makes sense.
That's messed up. That's messed up. Maybe the person who made it shouldn't have had one that was invisible.
But just use dark mode, guys. What's going on? That's all
Easy
I'll say.
clap.
Easy clue.
Okay.
All right, first team for Group 3. And we got
Oh,
oh,
who is it?
Omega Gaming Agro Tempo.
Omega Gaming Aggro Temple. So this was the last team that ended up getting thrown in. Caranol, Crazy Colors, and Ace. There we
Mhm.
go. And they did play last season as well. They did pretty all right, right?
Yeah, they did second place
They
in
got
Group
like,
4. Right above you. Right.
yeah, kind of
Right.
weird. Pretty solid, yeah. No, definitely a pretty solid team. Definitely wanted to keep an eye out for. Obviously, a pretty good finish to the group stage last season. So don't look
Yeah.
to run it back.
They Crazy Colors kind of known for his interesting decks. This is a team that can definitely catch you off guard with what they bring every week. I think they were the ones who were bringing like Nami Fizz or TF
They
Nami.
literally brought TF, or it was Fizz Nami Bandle City
Yeah,
like every single fucking week.
every week.
This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and they had pretty
I
good win rate on it too. So
Colors. I don't know if you guys know him for it, but I know Colors because he knocked maybe next time out of his seasonals like 2 seasonals ago with his 9x Sparkle Fly lineup.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember that.
it's
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
yeah.
The Sparkle Fly. I wish that it didn't get gutted because that was kind of his signature pick, but it is what it is. Now let's get the final of the first 4, I guess. Right. Let's
Okay.
fill out the first spot in Group 4, and we've got Breaking Bandle.
Breaking Bandle. So that's gonna be Pascali, Renrag 27, Metal, and the Red Culo. A bunch of pretty solid players. Like I think that we're gonna end up saying that a lot, looking through a lot of these teams. There's not
Hmm.
many weak teams here, right? Um, I'd
Hmm.
expect this. It isn't like the strongest team in the world, but a lot of really solid players that you probably ran into if you play in Masters Ladder. Definitely, pretty good.
Yeah, this is actually one of those teams where you either like know kind of all of these players from solo queue or you know none of them, which was interesting because I was watching a lot of tier lists, and half of the people would be like, I don't know anyone on this team. And then the other half was like, oh yeah, this is a solid team. So it'll be interesting to see how it like shakes out. Um, do you think this is a playoff team? Just give you like, you
Uh,
know,
it depends on who's in their group, but I would put them. There's so many good teams that I don't know. I think they have to, it's an uphill battle for them to make playoffs, I think.
right? I mean, we can at least say it's a pretty good logo, right? Like,
Oh, stellar logo. 10 out of 10. Did you make
so
that one?
I did not.
Oh, I feel like
Um,
every time you point out someone's logo, you're like, yeah, I made that one.
well, I do make a lot of them. I clean this one up. I'll just say that.
Oh,
That's
okay,
all.
okay. It is a
But
very good logo. I like it
it
a
is a
lot.
good logo. All right, so every group has one team. I guess we can call it there, right? So
Yeah, that's good. We'll be
all
back
right.
next week.
With the next 4.
Yeah.
We got 28 more teams to go. Who's the second team going into Group 1 with Team Space Poggers? Oh no, it's Runeterra Tennis Academy. Uh,
Runeterra Tennis Academy. The last season, this was the team that ended up coming out on top of the group of death. Bitter, Boomer from NA, Loser Beam, and Card Gamer. I mean, I think it's difficult to not put this team among the favorites in any group that they get put into because they already went through the gauntlet. They've already, conquered.
right. I mean, this is one of the scariest teams to face in the group stage, and in playoffs. This is the team that finished first in the group of death last season, um, Group 2, and they were the least simps, same exact lineup. So yeah, I don't know. Like this is, I'm dodging Group 1 if I can.
I think
Like,
the only knock against them is that they just have a terrible read of the other teams within the league. I watched their tier list on Loserbeam stream, and I was
oh
just,
yeah,
I don't know, man, kind of, ugh, not the best tier list in the world. That's all I can say.
yeah. I'll just say they were dominant against for the group stage. They were dominant against like Beautiful Gamers, Momentum Mori, Stromboli Gaming, and
Mhm.
then they were 3-0 in playoffs, and then 3-0'd again, and then they went down to the juggernaut that was Stromboli Gaming in 5.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, that's a tough grab for Team Space Poggers, but
I think anybody who lost to Stromboli, like I think that should bring them up a rank, honestly. Just because Stromboli was
oh
so
yeah,
good.
oh
Yeah.
okay, yeah. You might have a little bit of bias there, but
No, 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 no. I don't even remember who we lost to. Um.
okay.
Oh,
Also, yep,
Chip,
Chip. Okay,
Church of
Tricky Targon.
Targon. Uh, Kind of an insane roster when you look at it. Grandpa Roji, Skathis, maybe next time, and Infinipatrons. All these are incredibly good players. In last season they had a really good run. They ended up not doing too well once they ended up hitting the playoffs. But before that, I think that this is a really strong team and definitely one to be really afraid of. Any of these players on any given day can beat anyone.
Yeah, this is the second team. They finished second in Group 1, and then they went out in quarters last season of playoffs against TLS, right? The Lee Sims. But yeah, this team, it it's scary. I mean, maybe next time showed how completely dominant he was during the group stage last season, and I expect them to kind of do it again.
Yeah, definitely the case. I mean, and I think the more difficult thing to deal with is, with a great deck builder like Skathis, and then, just an off meta fiend like Roji, bringing Malphite every week. It's a very difficult team to prepare for. Because if you're preparing for, Malphite and then you have to face another team with your same lineups, like it's pretty difficult.
It's just a team that like you get a free L either way, right? So,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's unfortunate. But yeah, okay. So third group, second team. Who do we got? Is it this?
Okay.
Oh, this time it's some Megalol CE. A little bit of a BM name, but a decent logo. How do you feel about this team?
Well, I mean, if they're making fun of themselves, right? They're all
Mhm.
OS players. Enamor, Fake Hero, Morpies, and Spids. I mean, incredibly good players. Enamor, of course, famously over 1,000 LPU using sunk cost Ari Cannon. Fake Hero has consistently been one of the top Masters players. Morpies plays the game. It's a pretty solid team.
Yeah, he do be playing the game though.
Yeah.
That's a
But no, genuinely, really solid players. No, it definitely, I think in like the upper half of teams, this is definitely. I think a lot of people were kind of sleeping on this team a little bit, and with their kind of jokey name, maybe they aren't taking themselves super seriously. But I expect this team to do pretty well.
okay. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. You've convinced me. All right, let's get the second team for Group 4 going.
Okay,
Oh, Omega Gaming.
Omega
This is a team,
Gaming.
yep,
Go ahead.
that just just missed playoffs last season. And that there was 4 teams that finished 7-7 in Group 2, and they finished 5th overall in that group. But from what I understand, this is a team that you have your eye on.
I definitely pretty solid players, right? Prodigy, the Tank Buster, Snipe Cross, Christmas time, especially the Tank Buster is just so incredibly good that it's hard to think that this team won't do really well, especially with how close they were last season to being able to make it into the playoffs. I think that they'll be hungry to be able to right past wrongs and be able to get over that hump this time.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. We got our 4 groups. The first 2 teams in each group. Terra Tennis Academy slotting in Group 1. I gotta say that's a great logo. Whoever made that probably should get an award.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
honest.
yeah. Top
Uh,
10
yeah,
logos ever made, I would say. Did you make that one? I think.
I actually did make that one. It's
Wow.
crazy. I took the stick right out of Pokestick and put a tennis racket right in there. It's kind of crazy.
That
Um,
is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive.
so I mean, we only got 2 teams per group so far. Any group that you're like, kind of hoping Frozen Monks doesn't end up in here.
I mean, avoiding Loser Beam's team is something I would not like to do. Put us in group 1. I want to beat his ass. And group 2 has a lot of friends. I'd rather not, ruin their dreams. Um, yeah.
So here's my problem. If you went into group 1,
Uh-huh.
you would kind of steal all of Loser Beam's viewers if he was streaming.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
could you
I wouldn't
not?
want to do that. That'd be mean.
Yeah. The guy barely streams as it is. Like, come on, dude.
Why are you manufacturing this this conflict, bro? Come on.
All right. Now moving on to the third team in Group 1. Let's see. Let's spin this wheel. It's getting a little smaller. You can clearly see the teams a little better this time.
Okay.
Oh, speaking
Oh,
of
son of a
Frozen Monks,
bitch.
going into Group 1. Frozen Monks, do you have an opinion on this team? They're kind of, I don't
Bad
know.
team, honestly, really bad team. Ugh. Although they did lose to Stromboli, which I think brings them up a rank. So actually, great team.
Oh yeah, that's true. First round victims of Stromboli went all. I couldn't finish the reverse sweep if I remember right. Like
Yeah, probably a bad player there in the
yeah,
third slot that just couldn't do it.
couldn't finish off.
So realistically, this team did play last season. Imtux, Cameron Hanzo, myself, and then last season was Kochua. This time around, Kochua had a kid, so we got Milk instead. Milk, pretty solid player. I think that this team is pretty solid. Imtux is perennially top of the ladder. He tops multiple tournaments. Cameron Hanzo is top 4 to seasonal. I think that this could be a pretty solid team. I don't think that a lot of people are very excited to have to play against them, but we'll see.
Gotcha. I'm excited for that one. But third team for Group 2. Let's see who it is. Going in with Worldwide Wombats and Church of Targon, it will be Cardinal Rule. Now, this is a new team, right? What's the read on this team?
Dave Bo kind of cracked. Dave Bo's the Jace Lux player that kind of turn up ladder. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know anyone on this team. Do you?
I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't know.
Hey, you know what though? Gripper is very close to Grappler. So
Yep.
I mean, they basically have Grappler on their team.
That's the same person. I'm pretty sure. Like that's his brother or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like it'll work out. I think I was watching some stream, some tier list, and Dave Bo came in the chat and he said, "The fact that you put me at tier C is embarrassing or something." And the person who was streaming, I can't remember who it was, responded with, "The fact that you said me instead of my team says a lot." So I don't know. Maybe
Jesus.
maybe.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm positive. I gotta stir the pot. I gotta get all the drama going before the season starts. So we have the storyline.
Hey, I'm excited for them. All right, this is an opportunity for them to, become even more known, right? Let everyone know that they shouldn't be, discounting them just because they don't recognize their names.
Right, of course. I mean, nobody knew who Stromboli was.
Yeah, I still don't know who fucking Stromboli was. Stromboli left, bro.
The third team for Group 3. That's Icy Gaming Team A, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Team A?
Icy Gaming Team A. And that's going to be Sir Terman, Wait, Friend of Zoe, and Sam Sands.
Yeah, I mean, Terman cracked as fuck. Friend of Zoe, pretty solid.
Okay. That's
No, I think that that's a pretty solid team, definitely. As far as, lettered or like ranked teams go, IC Gaming Team A versus IC Gaming Team B. If this is the Team A, this has to be the better team, right? That's just like how that works. I would expect them to do pretty well.
Okay. Why is this the better team?
Because A comes before B, right? So they made this team first, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. If the other team are better,
Team B is the B team. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it. They said it. It's right there in the name. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Off the third team for Group 4. Who is it going to be? Joining Breaking Bandle in oops, I forgot the last person. But it's Shikate.
Shikate?
Shikate.
Why'd they change their logo though? Did you make this one for them?
No, I did not. I think they changed the logo because it's not the same team. That's my hot take. I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying this is look, I've said this before since day one. I went on your stream and said it during the tier
Uh-huh.
list. This team should not be called Shikate because it's missing everyone from Shikate from season one. Except for what Mateo, right? So like I don't know, it just feels weird calling them
Are you
Shikate.
saying that Mateo doesn't have a right to the name? Come on.
I'm saying Trinithan has the sole rights to this name, and the fact that he's not here is
Oh, you know what would have been funny? If James on Team Space Poggers just named his team Chip as well. That'd be funny as fuck. Okay, Shikati though, Mateo, Quaco, and Gitas, Godra, pretty solid players. I think that they'll do pretty well. I think that a lot of underdogs there, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Don't know if they'll be. I mean, what Shikate finished fourth in Group 3 last season, which was kind of a surprise, right? Most people were picking like Puff Cat Peddlers to make it out of that group. Shikate kind of surprised everyone. See if they could do it again this season. So far, looking at the groups, it's looking like one team's looking. I mean, one group's looking a little tougher than the other so far.
Yeah, no, I would say that there probably is. You know, that group 4 kind of Monka s, am I right?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
All right.
you remember last season Group 1 was kind of free, right? And so was Group
Uh-huh.
4, right? Because
Uh-huh.
especially because you were in Group 4 last season. So
Agreed.
um,
Agreed.
it looks like it might be the opposite this season. Maybe Group 4 will stay, but Group 1's looking a little tougher than most.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see if we can add in some more teams. You know, I'm thinking Master Runeterra, maybe Hydra.
I'm
You know,
thinking
really
Beautiful
beautiful
Gamers, yeah,
gamers.
Hydro White. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be pretty
spice
sick.
this one up just a little bit. You know, it's a little too bland.
Okay. Let's get this full Group 1 underway.
Okay.
Beautiful Gamers, Prage.
Oh, fuck me,
Oh.
dude. Come on.
Wombats Fling On.
Okay, group 1's group of death. God damn it.
Wombats
Wombat
Fling On.
Flingons.
Go ahead, tell us about
Trevo,
this.
Kanan, Beaslava, Random. They're okay players, I guess. You know, they're all right. They're really good. This is probably the best Wombats team. Yo, this
Right.
group 1 kind of stacked though, huh?
Yeah. I'm just, there's still 4 more teams to pick for this group. That's what I'm laughing
You know, off the
at.
top of my head, just give me Beautiful, give me MRP, give me Hydra. Like, I'm down for it, bro.
If that group happens, just shut down the other 3 groups, right? It's just
I no, but definitely strong Wombat team. I think that a lot of people are ranking them very highly. Definitely expect them to do, you know, pretty well.
Okay, I'm excited to see it. This is the one I only know Kanan and Random. So when people were like, "This is the strongest Wombats team," I was like, "Okay, Pog."
So Trevo made Renter.ar, right?
Oh, wait, our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty Pog.
Yeah,
No
he's
Trevo.
pretty okay, I guess.
Yeah. All right, 4th team for Group 2.
That's Vivo. Oh my god, you're right. I totally lied to you. 100%
Wow,
just
thanks
lied to
for
you.
lying straight
Tech
to my
W.
face, dude, on stream. Okay, Virtue Gaming Discipline.
Let's go. Okay, Virtue
Returning
Gaming
team.
Discipline. Bro, I saw the
Returning
Evo and
team.
my brain just fucking shut off.
So we got AJ, Fedsora, Sly, and Yokipi. So this is a combination of Virtue Gaming Tenacity and Virtue Gaming Discipline from last season, kind of taking 2 of the best players on each team and slapping them into one 4-man team. What's your read on this team?
I mean, I've definitely seen them in tournaments before, but you know, I don't think it's like the strongest team in the world, but pretty solid. Um, you know, this is group 2, right?
Yeah, Group 2. So
Okay, yeah, no,
they're
I mean,
alongside Worldwide Wombats, Church of Targon, and Cardinal Rule so far.
yeah, no, they might do all right.
What? Why did you
What?
laugh at the end there? That was a little weird.
What? No, I would never.
Okay. Group
AJ, I mean, I
3.
don't know. AJ, what's AJ gonna do now that Zed Poppy isn't a thing? Like, come on.
Okay, all right. This is not a flame stream. This is a group draw stream. We can
Are you
cause
really?
drama.
Are you
I
gonna
can
try to
cause drama, but you can't. You're
manufacture?
in the
Okay,
league.
my bad.
Open Pass joining Group 3. I like this team. They were in your group last season. Tell us a little bit about them.
Um, they certainly were in our group. Ledge 55, Codeman Jack, Huron the Mage, and Wamu. I think that a lot of people expected this team to be really strong last season. And then after, not the best showing in the world, I think it's hard to tell exactly where they'll end up and how they'll end up doing.
Yeah, they finished I think like fifth in your group last season.
Which I mean, you already said was the easiest group. So I
It's
mean,
basically a free group, so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
high on this team, Um,
Bro,
but in group three, we'll see how it shakes out. I'm not blown away by the group three teams like you are. So, I know you're a big Team A fan. Right? So,
yeah.
fourth team going into group four, dodging beautiful gamers and getting Blood Trail Gaming. That's
Yeah.
this looking like Pandex Red from last season. What's your read on this?
Arax, Chelu, Rogio, and Fortu. I mean, Chelu's cracked as fuck. Like genuinely cracked. I don't know anyone else on this team. So I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
But you know
You said
Fortune,
Pandex.
right?
Um,
And
are they one of the
Fortune,
people that like name changed or something?
no, 4-2's always been 4-2. He like topped a couple RA tournaments and then like the 64 ones, 64
Uh
players
huh.
ones, and then he was on Pandex Red. So
Uh huh. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
okay, dude. Okay. All right, let's just move on. We can just move on.
Yeah.
You're starting your own drama here. There's nothing I can do at this point.
I'm just being honest, bro. You want me to lie? I'll lie. Yo, Blood
All
Trail
right,
Gaming Poggers? Let's go. I
look,
think all those players are the best players in the team.
they have their own emote in our chat, dude. There's not much. I mean, like, come on, like,
True, true.
pretty sick. We got 4 teams in each group. I need you to rank these groups right now.
From like difficulty or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what do you
yep.
think? I think group
Difficulty,
one's the hardest, right?
right?
And then I think group two, and then I think like three and four, I don't know, looking kind of free as fuck.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
could say that now that I'm not getting
Yeah,
thrown
because
into
you're
one of
not
those
in the
groups.
group,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly, exactly. I don't have to worry about it, the blowback if I get dropped in
yeah. You're getting flamed in the chat, by the way.
there. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
All right, who is joining the quote unquote group of death so far? Who's the fifth team going in group one?
Come on, beautiful gamers. We can't
Wombats
get them, can we?
After Dark? I don't think you can get them, right?
Yeah, so they got slotted into group number two? Is that how that
Nope.
works?
They get slotted into group number 3 because Worldwide Wombats is in group number 2.
Oh, okay. So we just picked for group number three. Group number three just became a little bit better, that's all I'm saying. No, Wombats After Dark. Seku, Darkodius, Manesia, and Stolen Conch. Genuinely incredibly good players, right? Seku's top multiple seasonals. Darkodius plays decks. Manesia was probably one of the best performing players all of last season. So I mean, definitely a very scary team. This is, most of the team that went undefeated last season, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Wombats Prime last season, right? Um, without Darkodius. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will say that you did say Darkodius plays decks, and that is true. He also has probably the best Twitter game in the league. So
Do you think so?
he's definitely up there, at least top 3, if not the
Okay,
best.
okay. Yeah, no, if that's the hill you're looking to die on, I think Darkodius is very proud of his Twitter game though. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, now actually going into group 1.
Okay,
Rage.
trying again. Yordlin arms, let's
All
go.
right, that one's just there to trigger you. I'm pretty sure. How does it feel to be in the same group as Yordle and Arms? I know
Yo,
your
I'm
opinions
excited.
on the card, but how do you feel about the team?
Yo, they're getting nerfed. I mean, I'm pretty excited. No, but Poxa, Mathonical, Salty Simon, and Kazooie B. Salty Simon's insane, right? Salty Simon's really good. Methodical and Apoxa are both pretty solid players. I think that this could be a pretty solid team. It's going into obviously already the hardest group, so we'll see how they end up doing in that context. But yeah, could be good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm. Do you think they can hang with the other 4 so far?
Yeah, I mean for sure. They have Salty Simon, bro.
Okay.
Kind of like how Mo carried PCP last season, right?
Right. Right. And going into group 2,
Hey,
we have
let's
the
go.
first Team
Oh,
Ambition team, Team Ambition Hydra Black.
all right. So I think looking at the Team Ambition Hydra teams, they're both. I would say any group that they're getting put into, they're going to be favorites to come out of. This group, Garrett's, Finney, 4LW, and Ian Noguera. I mean, what can you say about them? They're all so actually good.
Does
This,
this maybe form like a second group of death to you?
I mean, potentially, right? There's a lot of really highly, like tiered teams in there. I can definitely see it. This is group 2, right?
This is group
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that, them and Chip, and there's one other team that I think was pretty good. Yeah, no, I think they'll definitely be pretty monka.
Okay. Okay. Now going into group 4, who do we have for the 5th member of group 4?
Aw,
Flannel
flannel?
Esports.
Bro, tell me 4 isn't free as fuck. Come on.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay,
Flannel
sorry.
Esports, returning team. I don't think they finished last season, so keep that in mind. But they didn't do great. What's your read on
You
this
know,
team?
Flannel Esports, Darwin Theory, Techno Camel, Silush, and Abadonian. I mean, they ended up playing through the entire last season. They didn't have the best success, right? But they were in a pretty difficult group. And I think that them coming back, they have the experience under their belt. They could get better, and hopefully hopefully be able to have a better run at this time.
Yeah, and I did just check. They did not finish last overall. Do you remember who did finish last overall?
I don't. You're gonna have to remind me.
Oh, it's just this team called Return of the Middle Sticks. You might be familiar with them.
Bro,
Uh,
bro, come on. What the fuck?
okay, 5 teams in
They
each
aren't even
group.
here. How are you gonna take shots at them? Come on. What the hell?
I love you,
Okay.
Lane. I'm sorry, Marist. But I had to do it to him.
Okay.
Any additions this round that really changed the landscape for you, or you think you
I
need to see a
mean,
few more picks?
nothing too crazy. Let's go and see another round, okay?
Okay, all right, let's get another one in.
All right.
Going into group 1.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Okay,
Dodge
okay.
GKT.
Yo, I thought it was
What's their
I
like
thought it was
actual?
NA Farmers. I was Monka.
GKT is Garen Crown Guard Tempo, right?
Yeah,
How do you
Garen
feel about this
Crowdguard
team?
Tempo. And Rock kills Doug, Sauron, and then Kem. I mean, you definitely players that you see, in Twitch chats pretty often, recognizable players. Again, though, I think that, if there's a TKG that gets to have, like the correctly facing logo, and then
Yeah,
GKT has like a backwards facing logo, it
right, right,
feels like
right.
there's a B team here. I'm not saying that there definitely is, but
Yeah, and I said this on your stream, but I'll say it again. Just because you take a TKG logo and you flip it, it doesn't mean it becomes GKT. That's not how words work.
uh-huh.
Um,
What would you like it
and
to be?
I don't know, but just change the letters, dude. It's just it just doesn't feel right to just swap them like that. Like, uh, it 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 doesn't. It's not GKT, right? That's like EHT right there, right? Like, I don't know what's happening anymore. Like,
Okay, okay.
I got the idea. It was cute, but it didn't work. I'm sorry. Failure in execution. Second
Ouch.
team, sixth team going into group 2. Let's see. There's quite a few good teams left on the board here.
Maybe you should have made their
You
logo
can't
for
get them
them.
all
Come
in
on.
group 1.
Oh.
TKG. Hold on. Let me try to pronounce it. Suyo Kamasami Gaming. How do you feel about this team?
That
You
was
said this is
impressive.
a team, right?
I mean, I would say they said they're a TA team, right? It's correct facing
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
But Nizen Inc. version 15, Starset, and Crude. Yeah, I mean, it definitely if this is the A team, and they feel like they are gonna have a little bit more success with this, so I'm excited to see them. I think that this is group 3.
Huh?
This group
Two,
3,
two, group 2.
2. Oh, Group 2? This is one that they can compete in. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Sick. Sick. I'm glad you think so. Group 3. Group 3. Let's roll it. What do we have? There's no more Wombat teams, right? So I think everybody can kind of slide in where they want except for Hydra. But returning to Group 3, Puff Cap Peddlers. What's your thoughts on this team?
I mean, it's where they came from, right? Last
Right.
season, not the best ending in the world, but
Uh,
Sleepy Panda, Max got the tracks, Unhelpful Yoda, Vendulum, they ended up kicking to the curb the dead weight that was Mo. So obviously, already an improvement in the lineup. Um, I mean, I think all of these are genuinely really good players. I would expect them to do really well within this group.
um, okay. I
Good
think
way, yeah. No, tell me how many games Mo won. Remind me. Tell me how many
I think
games Mo
I
won.
think he went 1-1. Okay, let's. But Max got the track, Sleepy Panda, and Unhelpful Yoda. I mean, those were pretty good players last season. So, they did drop Jin, which is like obviously they moved down a tier just for doing that. But they dropped Mo, so like they go up back a tier, right? So it kind of cancels out.
Yeah.
Okay, going in to the 16 for Group 4. Who do we got? Oh,
Dude, come on.
Icy Gaming Team B. They slipped in there. Now you said this was the B team, right? You
They
said
again,
they're
they
objectively
labeled
worse than the Team
themselves.
A. So could you explain why you think they're worse than Team A,
They
Brandon?
labeled themselves as the B team. Come on. But no, Taptricity, General Moth, and Optima. I mean, I know who Optima is. Optima's a cool
Right.
guy. He sets up like
Optimus
tournaments and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Right.
this is the
Electricity's
team.
got a sick name. I mean, that's a great name.
It
Uh,
is. It is. It's like tap electricity.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's two very cool things.
I mean, it doesn't really fit with their team name, but kind of works. Okay, so
Electric like ice. That's kind of cool, right?
yeah, I guess. Uh, okay. Anything else? I mean, Group 3 got a little better after these two groups.
I
After
think
these
so.
two
I think
draws, right?
that's a pretty competitive group for sure. For sure.
Right. And then Group 2 got better. Group 1 kind of like stayed the same, and Group 4 kind of stayed the same. So,
Yeah.
um, I think we have to finish these last two draws, right, for each team before it
Yeah,
gets.
let's finish it up. I mean,
I
beautiful
am noticed
gamers.
that Senigma Stroboli, TA Hydra White, Beautiful Gamers, and NA Farmers and Master Grutera Pro Team are still on the board. Um,
There's some
that's
okay teams still left, right?
yeah.
We could dodge one of them at least.
Oh,
Okay. I mean,
okay. This is not like a slouch team though. This is the team that finished second by one game in Group 3.
uh-huh.
One turn kill club. Uh,
Yeah, Void, Grave Trail, Broken Kokoro, Slay. Again, really solid players. And they had a really good showing last season, and in a group that I think a lot of people were expecting to be a pretty competitive, difficult group. They ended up coming out second, only to Master and Terra. Um, and I think that this should be a pretty solid team. Another very scary team getting slotted into group number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I was naming the teams and I missed OTK, but OTK is like, they're no joke. I mean, uh, literally one game difference between them and Mastering Runeterra Pro Team for that first seed. So,
Hmm.
they're pretty sick. I would be shaking in my boots if I were you, Ikato.
You know me, always shaking in my boots.
But that does mean there's like five insane teams left, and you only get
Wait,
one more shot
wait,
at it.
stop right here. Who do you think isn't an insane team? If there's only 5 insane teams left, who are you calling out right here?
As Enigma Straboli sliding into group number 2. How do you feel? Oh, they're going back to group 2, back to their home. Um,
Yo,
how do you feel about that?
I mean, Zenigma Stromboli, I think, was the big standout team from last season. I mean, they were Stromboli Gaming then, and they've obviously
Right.
lost the namesake Stromboli, but still, Jansports, Aichi, the Red Panda, Donut Bazooka, and then the addition of Ryan F and Miles. This is a team that I think didn't get weaker.
Right.
And with how they did the last season, I think definitely one to be afraid of going into this. Group two, they need to be a little bit wary of them, I think.
Right. And this is the team I feel like is causing the most conversation because there's been a lot of debate about like Prince added to the team for Stromboli last season and the addition of Ryan F and Miles being as cracked as he is. And then nobody,
Yeah.
like half the people don't even know who he is. So like I think this team is gonna I think people are putting him in like B tier. I think this is an S tier team, man. I'm just saying. You're lucky you
Yeah.
dodged them.
You think you think they can farm the underdog story again? No way.
I mean, I think they changed logo, so I think they kind of can.
Wait, so how many crack teams would you say are here? Just top of your head.
All of them. Literally all
No,
of
no,
them.
it's kind of
Okay,
weird
okay,
that
okay.
that the number
Okay,
went up.
six of them are cracked, okay?
It kind of feels like the number went up. So I was just hoping we could get your analysis on that.
No, it's six. Just draw good gamers. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. I've been waiting for this team to get pulled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like their logo. A lot of teams they'll take like a card and they'll just put that as their logo. These guys did a little bit more, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So
Bro.
tell me a little bit about them.
Dude, bro, I was looking forward to this team. Yeah, their logo though.
Well,
Come
also
on.
there's they're like half of Poro protectors. Remember?
Uh-huh.
And
Now, Leopold, Spider Mansion, Zach Cooper, me, man, HC, pretty solid players. I think that, names that a lot of people recognize. I'm definitely excited to see how well they'll end up doing, especially in Group 3, that I think, is a pretty competitive one. I think that they'll definitely be able to contend there.
for sure, for sure, I'm excited to see how they do. But I don't want to be impatient, but like there is an insane amount of good teams left, and there's only
Uh-huh.
5 slots left. So
Yeah, how many good teams?
there's
Okay.
definitely at least 4 good teams on this board. At least 4.
Oh my God. Okay, Group 4. Let's see who they get in there. And
Oh,
what the
oh my
fuck, dude?
god, dude! Just go next, dude.
Hey, beautiful
Beautiful
gamers.
gamers
They're
sliding
pretty
into
okay
group
at the game, right?
4. Yeah, they're pretty
Right.
good. This is a returning champions after their 3-0 finals. I think they had 3-0s in playoffs, which was insane. Um, how do you feel about this team?
They're pretty okay. Cephalopod, Henneke, Shotox, what am I? They're all pretty good players, I would say. Definitely a team to keep their eye out for. Kind of, on the up and up. Uh, no, I think any group they're fucking getting put into, they're expected to win, and they just got put into Group 4. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude. Okay.
So, I mean, like, I think it's safe to say, like, beautiful gamers
Uh huh.
probably gonna finish first in that group, right?
If they don't, I think it would be disappointing. That's the bar of just like, where it's like acceptable for them. You know, if they
Right.
finish anywhere below that, it would be, I don't know, a little sus.
I'm gonna put this out here in the zeitgeist. What if beautiful gamers decide to treat regular season as like, practice for playoffs per se, and they end up like maybe intentionally getting third or fourth seed in that group? Uh, how would that make you feel?
What do you mean?
Well,
Intentionally getting? Are you saying that they would like lose games intentionally? Is that something you would
no,
allow
they
as a
just
TO?
don't take that seriously. There's
I
people that
don't
don't
think that
take it
they're those types of
seriously.
players.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that would do anything like that. Do you know anybody that would
Are
do
you?
something?
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know anybody who would lose to influence their seed. That would be weird.
Oh, is that what
Okay.
you're talking about? It was still mathematically right, bro. Come on. Okay. Okay.
Okay, 4 teams left, 1 slot for each group. The only thing that can't happen is T Hydra cannot go into group 2. But who is going into group 1? It is
Audi Gamers getting slotted into that group one group of death here. Dragon Walkabout, Dr. Chekhov, and OTK Camillari. Definitely a pretty solid team, especially with Chekhov and Dragon, very solid players. They're getting slotted into what I think would be a very difficult group, but still excited to see how they'll end up doing.
Yeah, that's a rough team to grab. For that, I mean, that's a rough group for them, I
Oh
would
yeah.
say. I'm not gonna make any
Would you
predictions.
say, just looking at these three teams, would you say that they're now stronger as a whole than last round when there were 4 teams?
I would say there's definitely 3 cracked teams in this wheel.
Okay. I just wanted to, make sure I was picking up what you're putting down.
Right, of course. Of course.
Group 2. Oh
Mastering
baby.
Repair Pro Team. Mastering Repair Pro Team slotting into Group 2. This was the team that finished first in Group 3 last season. Have some, some names you might recognize. What do you think about this team?
I think this is an incredibly good team. Jason Sation, Jason Florent, Kevor, and Majin Bay. I think that if you were to, try to figure out who most people would think would be like in the top 5 players in this entire tournament, I think they probably have like 2 of them. And
Oh,
Beautiful
who
Gamers
are
has the
they?
other 3.
Who's the top 2?
No, I'm not. You have to pull it, right?
Oh, okay. I was just confused.
But no, I think that this is an incredibly strong team. They did very well last season, coming out on top of Group 2, and I expect them to do pretty well this season as well.
Okay. Um, two groups left, 2 teams left.
Okay.
Let's see who it is. Let's determine. I remember last season you guys were like the last draw, weren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to be the last straw here, in the Group 4. Hey,
NA
Group 3.
Farmers sliding into Group 3. You have a lot of experience with this team. They were in your group last season. What do you think about them?
All right. I mean, they're definitely really strong players, right? I think that it's a team that people will be very afraid to have to deal with. They didn't have like the best showing last season, but still pretty solid, right? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, some of these guys are playing in the EMEA one as well. So,
Ooh.
I
Do you
always
think
say
that
this.
helps them or hurts them?
I think it helps them. It's the hyperbolic time chamber, right? They
Mhm.
have the groups. They have the season 1 experience, which I'm telling you is going to help so many teams that played last season. Um, and then they're going to get like some of these players are going to get double experience. I mean, it's just a wrap. This is the team that wins it all. I'm just saying it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
I got you down for it.
One last team spinning the
Who's it gonna
wheel.
be? Oh, it's Hydra. Let's go. Team Ambition Hydra White. Black
Let's
Boss,
go.
Doo Doo Da Nunu, Easy to Win, Lazy Guga. Oh, this team's alright.
Yeah, I think would you say this is one of the favorites to win it?
I think so. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they got put in the same team as
Oh yeah, they're
fucking
with
Beautiful
beautiful gamers.
Gamers, dude.
Right.
I just okay. I mean, that's 1 and 2 in that group, right? God damn.
Right, of course.
Although I
I
heard
you know,
Max said that this was kind of like a C tier team, so I don't know.
ooh, that's an interesting take. Was Matt was Max sober at the time when he made that list?
It's hard to say. It's a Max stream. It's hard to tell if he's ever sober.
But yeah, so I mean like here's our groups. I mean, I kind of like how it shaped out at the end. I like how the last 4 picks in group 2 kind of really saved that group, I'm not going to lie. Group
Yeah,
4 kind of like
Stromboli's gonna save Group 2, bro.
I'm telling you. That I mean, it's a redemption. I mean, they're going to bring group 2 all the way to the finals again, right? So,
Yeah,
uh
absolutely.
yeah.
They did it
And
once,
then
they'll do it again.
okay. Now that the groups
Okay.
are like shaped out, give me one last power ranking for these groups.
One last power ranking. So Group 2, I think, did become a lot more difficult. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like Group 2 might be the hardest group. Um, and then probably Group 1, and then Group 3, and then I think Group 4. There will be a competition for third and fourth, and I think that's exciting.
Okay. So I like to like define like group of deaths as like if there's more than 5 teams that that should make playoffs, right, in
Uh-huh.
that group, that
Okay.
should be a group of death, right?
Okay.
Do you think Group 2 qualifies as that, or do you think there's just like 4 teams that make playoffs?
I think there's 5. Do you think there's only 4? Wait, wait. Who's the 5th one that you don't think?
I'm just asking you. I didn't say
I'm just telling
myself.
you,
I'm just
I think
asking you.
there's 5
Okay.
really solid teams there.
Okay. Okay.
It
And then
sounds to
what
me like
about
you don't think that.
I can't say that. That's
Okay,
crazy.
okay, yeah.
And Group 1, how many teams do you think should make it out of playoffs?
It's hard to say. I think it's really hard to say. I mean, 5, 4, something like that.
Okay. Okay. So you would say Group 2 is stronger than Group 1 then?
I think that's what I said like a minute ago. I
Wow.
think that
That's
potentially
kind of
Group 2
crazy.
would be like the hardest group.
Okay. Okay. And then you think Group 4 is the easiest. Okay. So
I think that Group 4 will have a great competition for 3rd and 4th seeds, and that's exciting. I think that will be, something we can wait on with bated breath.
okay. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. Any final thoughts on this America's Draw show? I mean, it was a pretty good show. Not gonna lie.
That was pretty alright.
We were missing our transitions because of the rebrand, right? We usually have like little fancy transitions. But other than that, I think it went pretty well. I think my guest host was like, all right, give him a 7 out of 10. Producer was about 4 out of 10. Picked it up at the end though.
Oof.
Um,
I think host was a 10
it's
out
about
of
6.
10 because
Oh,
he's signing
really?
my paycheck. Yeah, absolutely. 10 out of 10.
Oh, paycheck. That's right. We'll talk about that later off stream.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are we
uh,
doing a EMEA draw show?
we can't because all the EMEA people are sleeping, and I told them I'd do it tomorrow.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. No, so that was like a future thing. So we're doing that tomorrow.
yeah. Are you gonna
What
be here
time is
tomorrow?
that at?
2 p.m. EST.
Pog? Well, so I was trying to. What you do is you lead into it, right? That way you can advertise it. That way all the
No,
good people in the chat know when to watch it. It's like
right,
it's yeah.
right. I noticed like Amway was here, and then she like left after we didn't talk about any EMEA stuff. So, um,
Yeah,
you know, all the EMEA people, I know y'all checked out, but like, come back tomorrow. It'll be cool. It'll be a shorter
yeah,
show too. Promise. It'll be about half the length. I can guarantee
yeah.
it. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to go over, bud?
No, I'm gonna set up the schedules. And that should be about it. We should be good from there.
Alrighty, man.
So good luck to everyone who joined, who will be playing this season. It'll be a banger, I promise. And thank you all for joining us.